Gustavo Gorriti, the tireless foe of corruption, faces a politically motivated campaign of prosecution and intimidation. For over 4 decades, Gustavo Gorriti has been a relentless thorn in the side of corrupt Latin American elites, fearlessly exposing governmental wrongdoing. His latest crusade against the unprecedented graft unearthed in Operation Car Wash, a continent-wide scandal that has ensnared nearly every elected Peruvian president of this century, has earned him the ire of those he has unmasked. Gorriti's journalistic career commenced with his groundbreaking reporting on the bloody rise of the Maoist-inspired Shining Path. During Alberto Fujimori's authoritarian rule in 1992, he was abducted by military intelligence agents after revealing the shadowy spymaster Vladimiro Montesinos. Now a septuagenarian, the combat-hardened, 5-time judo champion faces a criminal investigation and a smear campaign unlike any he has encountered before. This assault coincides with Gorriti's battle against aggressive lymphatic cancer. He completed chemotherapy in December, just as a torrent of fake news articles, which he describes as a filthier kind of sickness, began to circulate. The massive campaign of disinformation culminated in a criminal investigation into allegations that he traded media support for leaked information from Operation Car Wash prosecutors. Alcides Chinche, the prosecutor leading the investigation, has demanded Gorriti's phone records from 2016 to 2021, claiming he intends to reveal secret communications between the journalist and the car wash prosecutors. "You want my phone number? Half of Lima has it." "Enjoy," Gorriti countered defiantly from the terrace of his Lima home. But he added that he would never betray his journalistic sources, telling the prosecutors, "I won't give you anything, not now, not ever, at whatever the cost." Gorriti believes that the stakes are higher than protecting his sources. He sees this as a battle for the rights of journalists in Peru and a broader struggle to safeguard democracy from the massive use of lies and intimidation. The campaign against Gorriti has escalated beyond fake news and the courts to encompass intimidation and physical threats. Far-right activists known as La Resistencia frequently picket his home and the offices of IDL Reporteros, the investigative journalism outlet he leads. Protesters have hurled excrement, shouted anti-Semitic slurs, and issued death threats. Gorriti's political adversaries, particularly those he has investigated, have joined this revenge-fueled tsunami of disinformation. Some of the feigned outrage stems from baseless claims made by Jaime Villanueva, a detained former advisor to Patricia Benavides, the suspended attorney general facing corruption allegations. Villanueva's latest unsubstantiated accusation is that Gorriti celebrated the suicide of former President Alan Garcia, who shot himself in 2019 when police attempted to arrest him in connection with Operation Car Wash. Not long ago, Gorriti received standing ovations at public events and was greeted with handshakes and hugs on the street for his groundbreaking investigations. "I really thought we were getting into a better country, into a better future," Gorriti said. "Then I blinked, and we are at the bottom of the swamp." Lima's far-right mayor, Rafael López Aliaga, has labeled Gorriti the most powerful person in Peru and accused him of connections to George Soros. The legacy media, Gorriti said, has, at best, looked the other way with silent complicity. For the veteran journalist, this is a counterattack by the most sinister and corrupt forces against democracy and plain human honesty. He believes it is no coincidence that the campaign has intensified ahead of the trial of Keiko Fujimori, the former president's daughter and a 3-time presidential candidate, who is accused of handling illicit campaign finances. "It's almost a direct copy of what was done in Guatemala," Gorriti says, referring to the case of veteran journalist José Zamora, who was jailed for nearly 2 years on money laundering charges. Zamora's conviction was overturned last week, but he remains detained on other charges. Both journalists are past winners of the prestigious Maria Moores Cabot Journalism Prize, and its board has condemned the criminalization of independent journalism in Latin America. Gorriti is among a growing list of journalists under attack, including Rosa Maria Palacios, who has been harassed by La Resistencia at her home and even at a supermarket, and Paula Ugaz, who has faced more lawsuits than any Peruvian journalist, with accusations ranging from defamation to money laundering for her investigation of the far-right Catholic sect Sodalicium. International press freedom organizations, such as Reporters Without Borders, have urged Peru's Attorney General's office to drop the politically motivated investigation against Gorriti. Arturo Romiu, the director of RSF's Latin America Bureau, said that the case is intended to dissuade journalists from investigating corruption among the political elite, on pain of finding themselves in the dock. According to Reporters Without Borders World Press Freedom Index, Peru has experienced the steepest decline in press freedom in Latin America, falling 33 places to rank 110th out of 180 countries in 2023. In the day-to-day practice of journalism, what we see are very worrying signs that abuse, stigmatization, and harassment are multiplying, said Carlos Jornet, president of the Freedom of Expression Commission at the Inter-American Press Society. Another study, commissioned by the UK Embassy in Lima, found that state actors, including police, politicians, and the radical groups they control, are the primary aggressors against journalists in Peru. Legal harassment is also a